Hey there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. Today we're going to have a look at our brand new release, our holiday release for 2025. We have some really fun things and I can't wait to show them all to you, and some really cute samples from our designers. I am super excited to be sharing with you the new Takeout coffee cup shaped card die set. This creates that Takeout coffee cup in a shaped card. So right here is the crease line down the center. You'll fold this in half and you have a bunch of things you can use to bring this to life. So we have the outline of the shape with a little ellipse there that can be the liquid, so that can be the inside of your card. You could layer this up on the outside of your card. You can also make a sleeve for this, and the sleeve has a circle that you can add to it, a star you can add to that, or a heart. You also have some lid options. Right here is the lid. You can also die cut this piece out and layer it on top. Now, that's not the only thing you can do for the lid, but we'll get to that in just a second. You also have a little stopper there you can put on the lid. You have some coffee beans that you can layer up, and you have sentiments for you. Thanks a latte, a little perk up, you're beautiful. So those are going to die cut out the letters to spell those out, and you can stick them on here. I recommend using some of our rip and stick sheets to turn these into stickers and easily stick them down where you want them to go. Now on the back, you can see what this looks like put together and how the little pieces are going to come together to fit on this card. And the other thing I wanted to show you about the lid is that we have a stencil you can use to add shading to these parts right here, and even a little spot where the stopper goes. So that's what this little stencil is for in here, for you to bring that lid to life, to give it that shading that it needs. And it is just a really fun die set. Now, this circle here is important because it's going to go with a coordinating stamp set that we have for this set, which is the A Cuppa Sentiments. So you can see here the circle is going to be able to cut out your sentiment just like that. And you've got a lot of sentiments here that are going to go with this, or really any coffee thing that you have. If you have some coffee things, this is going to be a great addition. You can see here we've got thanks a latte. This one says words cannot espresso what you mean to me. Have a cuppa, cheer on me, enjoy, just wanted to say, affogato your birthday, better latte than never, sorry chat, I miss you, thanks a latte, exclamation point. So, and then a solid heart there you can fit in the middle of the stamped sentiment if you like. So there you have it. This is a really fun combination. So much you can do with this just by changing up your colors, maybe pulling out some things from your stash like pattern paper, using some of your Trinity Stamps embellishments. So we're super excited about this. We love it so much. The fun does not end here with this set, not at all. So we have some add-ons for this. Let me show you those. Let's look at some samples with our Takeout cup. Here is that shape card die cut out. It is just so cute. Here we have our lid that is stenciled. You can see all the detail that that stencil adds to the cup, really bringing it to life. And then this is the die cut piece added here, and I just put a little ink on the top edge. There's the stopper with a little coffee bean on it. There's actually a small and a large coffee bean in the die set. I stamped thanks a latte from the A Cuppa Sentiments stamp set that I just showed you. And then we've got our coffee cup sleeve. I used the circle die to cut a window into it so I could make a shaker, and then added a heart on top that I doodled. It's just so much fun. There's so many things that you can do with this set, and I'm going to show you a few more. I have a clear card that I made so you can see through and see the coffee on the inside. So this is that piece that you can use to create the coffee on the inside of your cup with that ellipse shape. I doodled on that one as well. And then here's the sleeve, the circle with the stamped sentiment die cut out. This lid right here is 100% stenciled. There is no extra die cut on there. 100% stenciled. So you can see it just brings it to life. Now, the ink that I used on both of these lids is the Lost Shadow Distress Oxide ink. It's going to show up on white and black and give you that detail. So that's my preferred ink for this. And we have more. I want to show you how this can hold a gift card. So I made this kind of Christmas themed cup just with the dies and stamps from the original Takeout cup set. So I used the stars here across the sleeve, added the large coffee bean there, and I just used red and green. And then have a cup of cheer. This is a 100% stenciled lid. And then we've got our stopper with a little snowflake that I doodled on there. And here is where you're gonna add your gift card. So you just do your coffee on the inside like you normally would, but you're only gonna put adhesive around the outer edges. And this is gonna go between those two layers, just like that. Isn't that nice? So you can add this to any of the cards and put a gift card in it. Really cool. All right, I have one more. So this one I made kind of inspired by my daughter, pink and black. And I used the star here to create a faux embossed background on there. And I filled it in with some tiny little stars. This is from the Flight Deck die set that we had during our space release. It has a die that creates these teeny tiny stars. And I wanted you to see this because I used the word dies in the Takeout cup to put a little perk up. We've got our stenciled lid again. And then on the inside, I stamped the sentiment, added the star, added a gift card. So that is a look at some samples with our Takeout cup. We're going to look at some more samples from our design team with all of our Takeout and on-the-go things at the end. I just have so many add-ons to show you for this die set. So let's take a look at that. First up, we have the Coffee on the Go die set. This is very similar, but coordinates really well with this set. So we have a piece here that you would think is already included in the original set, but actually this one is bigger and it's going to cover up the entire front of your card. This is great if you also would like to use this standalone. You can create a to-go coffee cup that maybe would go on an A2 size card or A7, whatever your favorite size is, whatever you're in the mood for. So you have this, you can create that cup all by itself. We also have a different size of coffee sleeve, a little bit smaller as compared to this one, and these can layer up. So that's another addition to this set that you can, create something different by layering up the coffee sleeves. We also have a different circle, and that circle is smaller than this one. It also is made to fit the inside of the sentiment there for that a cup of sentiment set. So you see we have that. We also have this piece right here that you can use for your lid. This extra piece is going to go in here, in between this layer and this layer. You can see it really well here on the photo of the finished project right there. That's where this piece goes to give you that dimension. You can also use the stencil with this set as well if you like. So those are your options there. And like I said, these can be completely standalone, but they can also work together. And guess what? We have more things that are going to work together with these die sets. Now we're going to have some real fun. All right, here is a card made with that on-the-go cup. I've used that largest piece in the die set to cut the coffee cup shape into the card itself so I could make a really big shaker, which I love. And then we've got the sleeve here that is that smaller size that I cut from corrugated paper. This lid is the lid from that set. You can see it embosses detail into the cup, and then it's got that die cut layer there. No stenciling on this one. So that is the on-the-go cup. Our first add-on for these two die sets is our Santa cup character die set. So you can see you can turn your Takeout cup into Santa. We have a very fun and pretty easy die set to do that. You've got your beard, your mustache, your face, your belt and buckle, your nose, your eyebrows, and your eyes. The eyes are the more curved piece here, so they're like squinty eyes. And you can put that all together on either of those die sets, the Takeout coffee cup, or you can build it on the Coffee on the Go set. One thing you could also do is build Santa on here, and then that piece that you build, you can stick it on the shaped card. So really, it's up to you how you want to do it. Also, you may notice that behind Santa's face is white, and down here is red. So you could also cut this from 2 different colors, cut one off at the bottom, paper piece it underneath the beard so that you have red on the bottom and white on the top. So just take note of that and just think of all the different ways you could create characters with these die sets. Let's see the next one. How about gingerbread cup character? Oh my word, this one might be my favorite. We have all the little pieces here that you can do in red and white and that gingerbread color to create a gingerbread coffee on the go cup. We have a little peppermint candy that can be the stopper. Isn't that darling? And you can again build this here and stick it on your shape card. You could build this here and stick it onto a regular sized card. Or you could build the whole thing right on the to-go cup. It's completely up to you and how you want to build your card. Yes, there is more. Let me get the next one. Okay, how about Nutcracker cup character? Look at this amazing cup. It is so perfect for this die set. We have several pieces here, so you can really bring the Nutcracker to life. We have his suit. You've got pieces here that will go on the side to create his hair. You can detail out his suit with different colors and accents of gold. You can also add a belt with a buckle. He's got a giant mustache and teeth, and then also a feather stopper to go in the lid of the to-go cup. So let's look at that picture again, and you can see all those details that you can add to this. Look at the feather. Little piece of hair, that's going to be this piece right here. Isn't that cool? He's got his big bushy eyebrows right here, his eyes in black right there. Isn't that great? So much detail in this set. I just think this one is going to be so much fun. So cool. Again, you're maybe going to want to do different colors on the base, which is another reason maybe you want to start out with the Coffee on the Go set. You can cut 2 of these, do one in black, and then do one in whatever skin color you choose for your card. So have fun with these sets, but don't go away because we have more add-ons. This one is a 3-for-1 Polar Pals cup character add-on. A penguin, a snowman, and a bear. Oh, so cute. Let's take a look at the die set. This piece right here, the largest piece in the set, is for the penguin. You're going to add his nose and eyes there, and each character can wear the scarf. You can add this on, and then you have the option to add 1 or 2 of the little tails for the scarf if you like. Here are the pieces for the bear, the muzzle and the nose. 2 pieces that create his ears that you will layer up. You have eyes, the winky eyes, I think, are for the bear and the penguin. These larger eyes and circles here are for the snowman, and so are the buttons and the carrot nose. So let's look at these again. You can see each of them is wearing the scarf. You can see the little triangle for the nose, winky eyes on both of these 2. There's that muzzle, the buttons. So cute. And you'll use the traditional stopper that's in the original die set, which is the shape card. So there's that stopper. You'll use that on all of these unless you want to borrow any of the stoppers, like the candy one that's from the gingerbread could be cute on these too. So there's our Polar Pals, and that completes our collection of characters that you can add on to our Takeout coffee cup. There they are. Aren't they so much fun? I think you guys are going to have as much fun with these as I am. Here are some cute examples of our characters. Okay, we have Santa here, so I build this on the to-go cup, the Coffee on the Go cup, and stuck it on a card. Same with our gingerbread. Build it, stick it on the card. And this is an A9 card. So this is an entire sheet of cardstock folded in half to create a card. Now, this is also able to hold a gift card. So I just pop these up and you can slide a gift card right in both of these, just like that. So they just have foam tape right here. So you might want to put something on there because these can go really far in to pull the gift card out. And then on the inside, I used one of our other cups. This is the Berry Cute coffee mug, and then it has add-ons for Christmas, so you can turn it into this cute reindeer or a penguin or a melting snowman. It's so cute. So if you haven't seen this before and you're interested, it is available in the shop, and I thought it was just really fun to add that on the inside of this giant fun card. And there you can see the sentiments stamped out from the original Takeout cup set, the stars with the beans from the original Takeout cup set, and of course the coffee cup stopper is in the original set. But I wanted you to see how cute these characters are made into a card. We will look at some other samples from our design team in just a second. Let's look at the Nutcracker. He is so much fun. I love his giant mustache. Now, if you're wondering about the cheeks, this is from Gingerbread Man, that die. I thought he looked cute with some cheeks there. And I doubled up the feather for the stopper, added a coffee bean. And these words are from the Takeout cup set. And I just rearranged letters from all the different sentiments in there to create this keep calm and coffee on, because he seems very British to me. And then our tiny coffee cup die set I added on there as well. So there's the Nutcracker. He's just so cute. I really love him. All right, then we're going to move on to our polar characters. So here's the snowman. Again, I cut that on-the-go cup into my card base to create a shaker and then built the snowman on top of that. And you see he has a scarf, his little carrot nose. I added the stopper, and this is the layered piece right here. I added a little ink to that. And he's just so cute. Little eyes. So fun. Okay, let's look at the penguin. I made this one into the shape card. So I built it on the to-go cup piece, and then I glued that onto my shape card. So you can see his eyes. I added cheeks. These are actually the eyes of the snowman. So you can really mix and match and have fun with that. And you can see the shape here that I used for the penguin. I also use that on my bear, but you don't have to use it on the bear. So let's look at that. There he is. So I put this just white on white to make a polar bear. You could do this in brown too, and I thought this just gave him a little bit of a fun shape, but you can let me know what you think, if you like it like this, or if you like it more without this little shape. All right, so I did add those eyes from the snowman to create my cheeks. He's got his muzzle, the scarf, which I love with two parts hanging down. Love that. And then the lid is a lid from the original to-go cup, because I built this on, or the Takeout cup. So I built this so I could make a trifold. Isn't that fun? And then I tucked the gift card behind the snowflake. Yeah, so there we have it. Now let's look at some examples from our design team. I'll have design team samples throughout today's video. There's a lot of these Takeout cups because it is a huge part of this release, and I think they're all so adorable. But remember, when you go to the shop, the Trinity Stamps shop, you can see a lot of these images there in the listing for the product. So be sure you check those out for inspiration and to see these again. But I think there's so many great ideas here and so many different ways that you can use even just the Santa right there. So I hope you enjoy a look at our design team samples throughout the rest of today's video. Let's take a look at our new stamps and coordinating dies. Some of you may have seen this set before. It was a previously giveaway, but now we have it available in the shop. It's called Espresso Terrestrial, and it is a flying saucer, a literal flying saucer. You can see the plate here and the cup, and there's our little alien, and he's beaming up the coffee beans. And we have this collection, one stamp of coffee beans, but we also have 3 individual coffee beans, and we have 4 sentiments. One is kind of more like a label. It says Espresso Terrestrial Coffee Company, and you could stamp it right on the little cup if you like. We also have It's Been a Blast, Bean Me Up, Brewed for Adventure. Isn't that fun? So now we have an available coordinating die set. So maybe you're one of the ones who got this as a giveaway. Now we have a die set for you, but if you've never seen it before, you can now purchase both in our shop, and we're excited about that. One thing I want to make sure you know about the coordinating die set is that this die right here is an extra piece that you can die cut out of maybe vellum and stick right here in the tractor beam area. So maybe you want to have the beams stamped on your paper, and the saucer above that, you can die cut this out with vellum and put it over the top so it looks kind of like a tractor beam going up. So that's just a really fun addition to the die set. We also have dies to cut out all the sentiments, the individual coffee beans, and the main image itself. So this is Espresso Terrestrial. Next up, we have a 4x4 stamp that is standalone stamp set. There's no die for this. It is a very beautiful Merry Christmas sentiment called Flourished Christmas. It's a 1-piece stamp set. This is the packaging is 4x4, so you can tell about what size this is. And if you are familiar with the Trinity Stamps line of products, you know that this is going to fit inside your circle-shaped cards. It would also be beautiful on the front of a card in a shaker, which I love. But you can see how scripty and beautiful that is once it's stamped out. So that is our Flourished Christmas. Just gorgeous. We have a new gnome set. This is called Gnome. We have a Hanukkah themed stamp set with our adorable gnome characters. Here we have this little gnome lighting a menorah. And here we have one sitting with his pile of cookies and with dreidel, 2 little gnomes playing with the dreidel. We've got 4 sentiments in the set. Hope your Hanukkah is great ×8. Shalom, happy Hanukkah. May love and light fill your heart and gnome. It is so cute. The characters are really cute. And there is coordinating dies so you can cut out all the pieces. And I love that we have the bubble cut sentiments there. So this is a brand new gnome set, Gnome. This next 4x6 set is something super cheesy. This is the Festive Cheese stamp set. This is going to work with all of our cheesy stamps that we have previously come out with, like the Great Greater Greatest stamp set. You see we have a hat, a Santa hat, a scarf, a bow, a candy cane, holly, a bell, antlers, and a nose that you can add to your cheesy friends, like the extra cheese stamp set. Maybe some of you have this, or maybe you have our cheesy freebies that was exclusive giveaway stamp sets. Now you can use those to make Christmas cards with this fun add-on. So not only that, but we have so many sentiments in here for you to make some really fun and cheesy Christmas cards. Like, we wish you a Merry Swissmas. We have yourself a Merry Little Swissmas and a Happy Gruyere year. Yeah. 'Tis the festival of bites and lights. 'Tis the cheesin' to Brie Jolly. Happy Hanukkah. Brie, merry and melty. Baby, it's Colby outside. Have a great Christmas. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. Enjoy the Christmas festivities. May all your days be merry and bright. So there you have it. And of course, we've got the dies for you to cut out all your sentiments and all the images. And if you have any other kind of character that you want to add some Christmas elements to, these are going to work for that too. So you can take some of your everyday images and add a Christmas theme to them with these little stamps right here. So we're quite excited about this one, and I think it's just so much fun. A nice little change from your regular everyday holiday cards. Make something cheesy. We have a couple standalone die sets that cut out sentiments, which are scripty and beautiful. We have Merry Christmas, and each of these does have the shadow layer to go with the scripty word. And we have Happy Hanukkah, also with its own shadow layer. These are so beautiful when die cut out. Let's take a look at that. Here we have our Merry Christmas. I really like using our rip and stick sheets on the back of the paper that I die cut the letters from. It really helps you to stick this down versus glue on the back. So I highly recommend that. Isn't that beautiful? Here is that Happy Hanukkah all die cut out. Isn't that so pretty? I love that script. I love the blue with the white too. So good. We have a brand new line of Tinies. Remember Tiny Alien? We now have Tiny Santa. This has all the dies to create a little Santa that you can build and add to your Christmas scenes. He has the cute little beard. He's got his belt buckle. He's got his mustache, even cheeks. He is so very cute. As you can see, we are in love with this. But we have a few more tinies to share with you as well. Here we have our tiny elf, and we love that you can make variations on this elf. You can add the little pom-poms to his hat, or the like little gold bells to his hat, or you can do a pom-pom at the end of his hat or a jingle bell at the end of his hat. So you've got variety, you've got choices. You can make a couple little elves and add them to a card. Maybe your card is going to feature tiny Christmas tree. This, I think, is going to be a favorite that you can add in with your collection and use with so many things that you already have, maybe and including tiny snowman and tiny elf and tiny Santa. So you can decorate this with some garlands, some ornaments, a star, and we even have the base for the tree. So we're loving this. And I did mention tiny snowman, didn't I? Let's see that one. Here is tiny snowman. Isn't he darling? He has his hat. He has his little heart-shaped buttons. We even included a tiny holly and berries and a broom and some snow for him to stand upon, a scarf. He is just adorable with his little bent stick arms. So I hope that you are going to have so much fun with our new tiny collection just for Christmas. To go along with our new collection of Hanukkah products, we have the new little menorah die set. I love this set because you can use it for Hanukkah, but also you have these candle elements that you could use throughout the year. So you can do your menorah, add the candles. We have 3 here, so you can cut 3 at a time. We have these pieces right here, which add the drips to the candles. Isn't that cool? And you have these that make a little accent at the top of each of these openings where the candle goes. We have flames. This little piece right here is going to allow you to add a face to your menorah. You can put it right here. It really makes it look so cheery and cute. So there is our little menorah die set. We have new add-ons for the circle shaped card. This die right here is 4 1/4 inches round, and it creases the card for you, fold it in half, and we have 3 new add-ons for this for the holiday season that I cannot wait to show you. So let's jump right in with our very first die set. This is snowman parts. We have all the parts and pieces you need so you can make a snowman that you're looking at from the top down. Or you can make a melty snowman. We have a nice long scarf here, a hat with a hat brim and a hat band, his twig arms. This is for a mouth that would be like, ah, I'm melting. Here's his carrot nose, eyes, and a button. And this set is just so much fun. These pieces are going to fall out, so you could cut this from multiple colors and put different colors in each of the sections. I think that's really fun about this set too. Isn't that cute? That's going to look so good on our circle-shaped card. Let's turn our circle shape card into a holiday wreath. That is the name of this die set. You have your large wreath. You have a layering piece you can put over the top of that if you like. You have a big bow that layers up. So very cute. You have a little sprig of holly and berries. You can use these as berries or ornaments. This is the very center of your bow, so you can layer that up. And you have a few different foliage pieces you can use to dress this up as well. So that is our new holiday wreath add-on for the circle shape card. Have you ever wanted to turn your circle shape card into a snow globe? Well, now you can. We have the snow globe add-on. Here you can see we have a large ring, but it's a thin ring. We just came out with the circle frames, so this is a different frame than the ones in that set. So this is thinner than those. We have a base here, so you can put your circle card on a base, and you can put so many things inside of here, but we have provided some of that as well. So we have 2 hills that can be layered up, so one's farther away, one's closer. We have 2 trees, and we have solid pieces you can put behind those trees, so the branches would be on top. We also have a little house that can be gingerbread if you like. There's little add-on pieces for the house right here, so you can add those in different colors and have some dimension. We also have a little ornament, so if you want, you can turn your circle shape card into an ornament instead of a snow globe. If you wanted, you could have a circle shape card that is a snow globe and an ornament. It's up to you, but that's what this one is. It's gonna fit right on that circle shape card. You see that is the exact size, but we gave you this little frame here. So that's gonna add something you can use to build up the layers if you want and create a shaker card. Because doesn't a snow globe need some shakety parts? Well, I think so, but you can also glue down some of our embellishments to make it look like it's snowing, and you don't have to limit this to just Christmas. I'm sure you have plenty dies or stamps in your collection that you could fill our snow globe with, and this is just going to be so much fun. I do have examples of this from our design team that I'm going to show you next, so you're going to see how fun and how cute this is. Now, I know that some people were wondering or are going to be wondering how this relates to our snow globe shaped card, because we do have a standalone die set that is a shaped card. So I thought I would show you that. Here's the original snow globe card die set. So this is going to create a shaped card. And then you use these pieces to build a snow globe on top of that. So it is a little bit different and a tiny bit, it's going to be a tiny bit smaller, I feel, than the circle shaped card add-on. So here is one that's made with this original die set. The difference is you're not going to have this in your base piece, right? You're just going to have a snow globe because you're building it on the circle shape card. So if you are a circle shape card person, then you are going to love this. And maybe if you already have the snow globe card, you could add some of the elements from that into this one as well. So we love to mix and match. We love to have our options, and we think this is an amazing option for the circle shape card. Another thing I thought I would point out is that you could use this die set without the circle shape card. You could build your own snow globe and put it on a large card, like a square card, an A7 card, an A9 card, all the large sizes of cards. You could use this on that as well. So it could be a completely standalone die set as well. Here's a couple samples to finish off today's video with that snow globe add-on die set. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you want more inspiration with this brand new release, be sure to check out our hops on YouTube. I'll put a playlist in the description box below, and Instagram. I'll have a link to our page on Instagram, and you can hop along with our designers and see plenty of new things. The shop is now open, and you are free to shop and check out these new products. We can't wait to hear what you think of them, so drop us a comment below. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.